Hi, it's Jnwynn with Scraptastic Yarns Podcast, and today we're talking about beware of flying yarn. You know, I told you that part of the hospital, one of the groups we had, knitting and crocheting, was called the Knotty Knitters, Knotty. Do apologize if you can hear them out there. They're actually using shovels this time for the walk. Normally they just come with the snowblower and clear our walk. We've had another snowmageddon. But anyway, with this knitting group, we had made a lot of items that were going to be used for a sale to benefit the hospital for scholarships that the gift shop gives to young high school graduates that are going into the medical field. Well, the Knotty Knitters disbanded way back in, I want to say June, maybe May. And at that point, we had 3 big tubs full of items that were made ready for the sale. And in the Knotty Knitter room, there was about 5 or 6 boxes and totes of yarn that the community had donated to us. Some skeins, some things like balls like this. So since July, the 2 of us that were the left in the Knotty Knitters were trying to get these items to be sent over to Prayer Shawl or donated to some places, but they were stuck up in the hospital in this storage area, and the person that was in control of it would not release those. In fact, she was pretty nasty about it. So we've been trying now for the past 6 months to get a hold of these. Finally, this month, they released those items to us once they realized that, one, the hospital had paid nothing for the yarn, paid nothing for the items that were made, because a lot of those items were made from yarn we had purchased ourselves or donated yarn from the community for this project. So they released those items, and last Friday, the other gal went, because I was up at the fire hall, the other gal went to get those items, and she had them stacked on a cart, taking them outside of the hospital. And she likes to park at the back of the hospital. And at the back of the hospital, there is this hill that kind of goes down into a parking lot. But there is one building here, and these buildings connect on the second floor above. So there's like a little tunnel there. When it was extremely windy that day, when she came out of that tunnel towards her car, the wind hit those tubs, and over they went, and out went the yarn. And the wind was blowing so heavily that yarn was flying. Balls, a lot of those skeins were fine. Nothing happened to them, but people donate their leftover yarn balls to us. So the balls were flying all around. People that were in the offices that face out there came running out to help, grab the balls. But as soon as when you got to the hill, as soon as you got to where you could reach down and catch the ball, Wynn would catch it, and off would go the ball. So they're out there laughing, trying to catch the balls. And of course, this one, completely unwound, and at one point was flying up as tall as the hospital building. The hospital building is about 3 floors, plus an additional for, air conditioning, those kind of things. So we had flying yarn. Now you'll notice that this is homespun. I do use this for when I am making hats with the Nifty Loom knitter, because I can use some bulky weight yarn. This is considered a chunky in many respects, and I can use a number 5 yarn, do a little bit of brim, finish the hat off with the homespun, even though it does fray a lot. See how it's frayed at the end, which is rather annoying about homespun. I prefer Charisma from Loops and Threads Country Loom because it doesn't fray like that. The other one that I don't mind using is the Yarn Bee Ciao Bello, because it does not fray as much as the homespun. It does fray a little bit, but it's not as bad as this homespun. So that's the flying yarn story. Yes, you have to be careful of flying yarn. This is a hat. I went into Stash, pulled out some bulky, and I'm just playing around making a hat with this. I did get off my Sinwood looms, and I did get 3/8 48 peg, the small loom for baby hats, and this was done with Karen's Simply Soft. And as you can see, it makes a nice, this could be considered a preemie hat, but it'll also go for a newborn because since it's knit, it will stretch out. But this is, I consider Karen Simply Soft more of a 3-weight than an actual, I mean, it's in between a 3 and a 4-weight. It's really lighter than a 4-weight worsted weight. So it will, I'm going to consider that more a higher weight preemie, someone who just came early and weighs close to 6 or 7 pounds. So did get that hat finished. I did get quite a few hats finished and sent off to Billy yesterday, and I forgot to take pictures of those hats. A lot of those were crocheted. Of course, I'm not able to crochet with the right hand very much, so the left hand is slower. It's just the nature of learning to use a different hand. My husband's home today, so if he comes up and interrupts us, that's why I'll break away. The only other thing I've been working on is the scarf that I've been knitting, and I don't show it much love, simply because the crochet takes quite a while. I told you that I was doing the cowl that the Unraveled Mitten has, and this was the latest block. Now, I have not started this yet. I find baubles challenging with the right hand. I can imagine what it's going to be with the left hand. But that is something I plan on starting today. And then I did get an acquisition for my birthday, and that is the double knit loom, and this is on a rotating base. Along with that, I also got the clips that will turn any loom to be able to use this base here and to rotate. So since my right hand's out of commission, I find I'm doing a lot more looming, and I forgot how much I like loom knitting. So I'm having quite fun with that. Now we are going to have the drawing for the winner of the yarn box, the mystery box, and I'm going to insert that here. Okay, it's time to pick. There were 69 unique commenters. And so now we're going to start the random generator. And the winner is Lena Femature. So Lena, you have 1 week to contact me, and I will get your prize out to you. It most likely, if you do contact me within the next 2 days, will not go out until Thursday. We are in the midst of another snowstorm. Sorry about the shaking of the video. But, you know, stuff happens. Alright, get back to me. Let me know what your address is, and so I can get this mailed off to you. I am going to show you what's actually in that box that you would have won if you had been chosen. So, but first off, I want to tell Lena you have 1 week to contact me. Please send me email at scraptasticyarns@gmail.com with your address, and I will get that sent out to you, because we have had a snowmageddon here again, and we're expecting to get ice later on this evening on top of that. This probably will not get mailed out to you until Wednesday, possibly Thursday. Wednesday, the icing is supposed to continue till in the morning, so I don't know if I'll be able to get out tomorrow to get it to the post office, but I will get that sent to you definitely by Thursday. But before I show you what's in the yarn, I'm going to do a little segment of what I'm calling What in Tarnation. I don't know if you've heard, but in Canada there was a nursing home who was having bingo, and there were 2 young whippersnappers that wanted to sit in the same seat, and of course they started to argue about it, and a lot of the other residents got in on the argument, and it actually became a brawl in which the police were called out. These are our elders. They're having a brawl over a bingo seat. What in tarnation? You know, the funny thing, when older people get into nursing homes, many times they revert back to more childish behaviors. And a lot of that has to do with the stages of Alzheimer's or dementia or those kind of things. But I find it interesting that the police had to be called to break it up. So yeah, that's the What in Tarnation for today. And now I'm going to insert the video that I took of what is in the mystery box. Here's what's going in the box. You are getting 8 skeins of Studio Samplers. This is by, these are AC Moore brands right now. And that is a 1.7 ounce. You'll get 8 of a teal color. And you'll be getting 6 of the variegated. You're also getting a 7 ounce skein of Gentle Pink, Classic White, I think that's what they call that, Gentle White, Bright Blue, and this is Orchid. It is not really a dark black, but it's really a dark orchid color. You are also, sorry about the fast move, you're also getting a Charisma Big, and this is 8.82 ounces, and it is in the color Twilight. You are also getting a book by Leisure Arts. This is a small book. These are shawls and vests that are mainly, they suggest you do them in the Lion Brand Shawl in a Ball, Cake in a Ball. But you know, it's number 4, although it could be a 3. So you could actually do it in any yarn and they'd be beautiful regardless. You are also getting a Clover Amore hook in a size I. And you are getting a bag. This is a snap bag. And there is the inside of the bag. It will not stand up on its own. It's not a firm bag. It is a soft bag. But, you know, you can roll down the top edge when you're working. Use it like a yarn bowl. And I'm pretty sure it'll hold at least all of those 7-ounce skeins. And that's the giveaway. So good luck to whoever is going to be drawn. I will be doing the drawing tomorrow afternoon. And that's about all I could cram into that little box. So we'll finish this up tomorrow. And that is basically it for today's podcast. It's going to be a short and sweet one. Today is basically a pajama day, but I am in sweats. A little later on, I'm going to film what I'm calling a small channel shout out, which I will introduce some other new channels that I have found. I did have someone ask me at one point why I would promote other channels. You know, a lot of people strive to make their channel the best channel, whatever, and for it to be, you know, become 1,000, 2,000, which those are nice milestones to get to. But this is a fantastic yarn community, and I want to promote everyone that I find so that maybe their channels take off. I know when people watch my channel, I may not be their cup of tea, but one of these other channels may be. And, you know, I want to see success for everyone. We had someone that quit because very few people joined her podcast. But now she has decided to come back, and I'm thrilled that she is back. So she will be included in that shout out, and I hope that you will go over and show her some love as well. She is planning on doing some tutorials. She does have a lot to offer us, and you know, we need to support one another regardless of if we agree with what they're doing. This is all a great big yarning community, and we need to support one another in those ventures. And of course, you know, no drama. I hope that a lot of you have gone over to Llama Mama's Yarn Bingo and joined her swap group. She is going to do, I believe in March, she is doing another sign up for a swap in April. This was a lot of fun. It's been great fun going over to her Facebook page with the swap partners, because not everyone who does swaps does podcasts or films and, you know, does things on YouTube. Some of us are a little crazier than others and do it. But it's been great fun seeing what everybody has gotten, what was made for them. Just great swaps, great people. So I hope that you will join in on the fun. And yeah, that's about it for today's podcast. And I'll see you a little bit later on today. And remember, choose to be kind.